It was one of those moments where you get your popcorn and your Coke and you sit there and you watch what's all unfolding, because man, I don't think anyone was expecting that.
We were thinking, my gosh, where can we hide?
I would go as far to say that the Powhiri was better than the competition.
There will be waiata about this. There will be haka about this. And that's how it should be. I thought the Powhiri was going how it should. And then when the near-final speaker got up, they had clearly taken exception to some of the comments that had been made in the welcome earlier in the Powhiri.
Kia mohia mai rā koutou. E hore i tame he takau mai wa ngā mana whenua. O tāmaki, kaita he tēnā. Kaita he tēnā koro. Ko tahi tonu te tangata whenua. O konei, ko au ko Ngāti Whātua.
Ka marawa tia, kiwi tūhai tia. Te whakatina tanga o te mana Māori motuake. Anei tō rahi, kua tā mai. Kua hoki mai ki te kāinga, ki te kei o te waka o tāinui.
So he responded in a way that was clear, that was didn't beat about the bush, that at times was a little bit, on the edge in terms of, geez, would I have said that? Probably not.
Ka whakarongo, ki te humaranga tahi i runga anō i tō pai. A kua rongo ki hai rongo. Tō reira kua haere mai. I mua tonu i te ao Māori. Ki te mea tu ki a Ngāti Whātua eki. He a te le ahuatanga ke wai o ki ngā tamariki. Tū i a tātou. He a tēnā ahuatanga ki a tātou. Ko wai o mā te hunga, wawahi taha. Hei ara taki i ngā kōrero i tō taha.
But he said it, and I respected him in saying it, because just speaking about the bush and not really talking about the real issues where you had the opportunity to do it, which is on the marae, I thought was amazing.
Nā koutou i ruku atu ki te kōti Pākehā. Ki ai koutou i whakaroake ka whakahaere hia e hui, ki waingaru i a tātou. Ki ai koutou i hia ki te kōrero, ka wai o ki te Pākehā, ki te kōti a te Pākehā tā koutou take. Hei whakatutuki.
The idea that Tainui weren't allowed mana whenua status in that Powhiri was, that I guess the final straw for Papatuku, and he said what he said and te kura come back.
E tuku, tēnā koe i o teka. Koutou e hamahama nei te kōrero nei. Tō tātou kingi, ai Marika. Ianga mai e rā kōrero i hia. Me nā koutou e hia nei i tēnā kōrero, kei a koutou tērā kore. Ngari mātou kahore raro i tērā kore. Nā, e ki nei koe, nau te pokapū o tāmaki, neke mai. Nā wai me hanu i ti ngā Māori. Ngā iwi Māori ki wāinga nui a kourua. Me hanu i te Marika, hei miti mā kourua. Ai Marika. O mātou kahore noho atu i roto i tērā hanu i ti a kourua a koutoura. Ka mutu e hui i konei, hei hano heo ngā koha. Kua hei a koutou, wai ho kia pēnei, huri, kia haka tātou.
Well, Tuku and Te Kura said were very, very harsh to each other. I like that Rahui and Joe actually tried to play peacemakers right at the start and just, let's just worry about the Powhiri. Let's talk about this other stuff in another place, but wasn't to be.
What we saw was the expression of mana from one tribe and the retort from the home people, and I think it was all of that emotion that you'd get from a theatre. It was amazing to see. It was tragic, it was uplifting and inspiring for someone like myself who's of Ngāti Whātua descent.
What was really interesting is that we're really good at this when we're challenging the Crown. We can be as brave as can be, and we can talk about why we are who we are. The next level for us is to challenge each other. If the Crown's not in the room, One of the issues that still remain unresolved, that we can try and use our own tikanga with our te reo me ona tikanga to start to look at what resolution might look like.
There's a part of me that thinks this is a perfect place for it. This is where you do it. You have these discussions, you have this kind of tautohe going on the pai. So, you know, there's one part of me that was going, okay, if we're going to do it somewhere, it should be here.
Most people in their lives haven't seen this on the marae. Most people haven't seen contests for tūpāpaku. They haven't seen battles and oral battles between tribes. Most people haven't seen that.
Pre-European days, Powhiri wasn't peaceful. Powhiri wasn't, you know, harmonious and we all come together and sing kumbaya. There was an element of danger in Powhiri. We didn't get to that level of physical violence, but I think us trying to uphold those real key nuances of Powhiri, I think I love it.
And I thought that would be it. And then I knew it wouldn't be it when Te Kura basically stopped his people from picking up the koha. And I thought, oh, okay, this is going to be interesting.
Ngāti whātua, tikina te koha te motu. Koena te koha te motu ki tātā tau kaupapa.
That actually it's quite common for koha not to be accepted because, one, the focus isn't on what's in the kete or what's in the envelope. The focus is always on the intention with which you give it.
What's quite interesting is that it was Ngāpuhi that was there to win and done that, walked across to the Haukainga and done the hongi, which is so outrageous because Ngāpuhi is not like that at all.
Earlier on in the Powhiri, well-known photographer Vince Heperi, frequently seen at kapahaka festivals and Māori events, had tragically collapsed and died.
The koha was then gifted to Vince Heperi and his whānau. It allowed the opportunity of another reciprocation of our tikanga, which is to give the koha, pass the koha on to the whānau pani. And I thought that was such a, I think it balanced out what we saw at the Powhiri.
Ngā me he hoki he hoki. Ngā mea, Māori re kia Ngāti whātua I runga I ona whenua, hara mai tātou ki te kai.
And I think the other thing that I thought was fabulous after that is the kingitanga and tainui went home. So they didn't finish the process, they didn't have a kai, which is the whakanoa. The manuhiri, they didn't do that, they just went home.
What's going to happen now, though?
That's the $1 million question.
What we know when these kinds of things happen on such a setting, they don't end there. And I suspect that, you know, there will be further hui into the future and, you know, he are whana te iwi Māori, we've got long memories.
The idea of having this take concluded in a Māori context is something we're not going to see. This argument between Tainui and Ngāti Whātua is ultimately going to be settled in the courts in a Pākehā context. And so from that point, I'm quite saddened that there was no real tau te Māori, tau te Wairua o te hui.